What's up, everyone? Have you been looking for a good way to protect the cartridge ports in your retro gaming consoles from dust? Well, in today's episode, we're going to take a look at some products from a company called RetroTech3D and give you our thoughts and opinions of those items. Alright everyone, so today's video we're going to be taking a look at some products that we got from RetroTech3D. Now these guys have a store on Etsy. I will put a link in the description to their website and to their Etsy store, and they make a lot of different accessories for different consoles. What we're going to focus on today are 3D printed dust covers that they manufacture for older game consoles like the Atari, the Magnavox Odyssey 2, etc. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We've got some different dust covers here that we're going to show you. And the ideal of this is so that if you've got your console sitting around, to be able to put one of these simple little dust covers in the top, just to keep it as clean as possible on the inside, because as we all know, dust can get inside and over time it'll build up and you've got to clean it up pretty good. So anyways, this is just an option that's out there that you can use. So we'll go into each different product that we have of theirs, show you how it works. That way you can make a decision for yourself on whether or not this is worth it to you. But RetroTech3D, now let's take a look at what we got. All right, everyone, so up first we're going to show you a 4-switch Atari 2600. It won't matter if it's a 4-switch or a 6-switch. It's going to be the same dimension, so it doesn't matter. This is just what we have sitting around, so I'm going to show you this. But here's the first product I'll show you here. This is RetroTech3D. It's a very high quality printed part. You can see this is perfectly smooth. You don't see the layer lines in here. They've got their logo back here on the back side. It's very well made. And essentially all you're going to do is you're just going to pop this down through the top, and there you have it. Simple as can be. Now, I will note that they make multiple different options for these. So whether it's, if you want a logo here, like if you want the Atari logo here, they can do that. They've got different colors. I just decided to go with black. I don't know, I'm pretty simple, I guess, but I thought that would be good for me. But again, they've got different color options. You can get different logos. They've got a lot of different things. And if you just go to their website, you can see what options they have from their list of items. But if there's something not listed, reach out to them, let them know what you're trying to do, and they should be able to work with you on that as well. So here's what the dust cover for the cartridge port looks like. Works fine. Just sits right down in there. And again, this is going to keep any dust from accumulating in that port when you're not using it. So this is the dust protector for the cartridge port. Another product that they provide for the same console, even if it's a 6-switch, doesn't matter, are these guys right here. Now these are dust caps for the switches themselves, just to make sure that they keep dust out of here. That's up to you whether you need to go this far or not, but it is a very high quality product here that they've made. It looks good and it fits just fine. So that's how that works. And we'll go ahead and install the other ones so you can see them. So there you have it. That's how the switch covers look. They fit perfectly in here. There's no issue. All right, so another accessory they make for the Atari 2600 is covers for these little controller ports. Now this particular controller port is common amongst many different gaming consoles, so essentially you could pick this up for a number of different consoles. But this one that we have here is for the Atari. You'll notice that they even have the Atari logo printed on here. This is very high quality. I mean, you can see how small this is, and it still looks great. And essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to insert this flat part here in right between these pins, and it'll just hold it into place. So there's what that looks like, and there's what it looks like with both of them installed. Again, it depends on how far you want to go with these kinds of things, but the point is here, they've got options. They've got a lot of different accessories and things that you can get for these consoles. And again, this controller port right here is very common amongst numerous different consoles. So you could get these for another console if you'd like, and they could just remove this logo or possibly put a different logo on there if you'd like. And they have told me on all this stuff, if you want a specific logo or anything, just to reach out to them and they can do those types of customizations because they're the ones that are printing these off. All right, everyone, you've seen us install everything on here. And you know, again, it depends on how far you want to go with all this, but there's options for switches, for the controller ports, all types of different things that you can get for these. They can do customizations as far as logos and things go. And you know, the main thing with these, well, with any retro gaming console that's cartridge based, especially if the cartridge port is open, is just, you know, trying to get that, or rather prevent that dust from getting into the cartridge port. And this thing will do that job. So this is what the 2600 looks like. Now let's take a look at our next console. All right, up next we've got an Atari 5200 console. Now if you're familiar with these consoles are humongous, and the cartridge port is no exception. It's the same way. And you'll notice they've got these cartridge port dust covers as well for this console. Now, if you look underneath here, this is a little different where you've got the 3D printed material on the top, but under here, this is actually a rubber material so that it'll slide in here, hold it into place, and it won't be rigid so you're not worried about breaking anything. But I think it's neat that they printed this, half of it in a plastic and then the other in this rubber material. It's high quality, good printing. I mean, it's, as far as the surface texture goes, I don't really think you're going to get any better. And the fact that they have the rubber incorporated into here as well to hold it into place, I think is pretty slick. So they definitely did a good job on this. Now I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's installed. So just like the other, to install it, we're just simply going to push this down into here, and with those rubber pieces in, it'll hold it in the center for us. And there we go. You know, this console is very dark all over anyways, and so it kind of blends in, and that's why I like the idea of this being black. So it just looks like it's a part of the console. It doesn't really look like it's standing out. Now that may not be for you. Maybe you want some kind of design or something, and they can do that for you. So definitely reach out to them. But this is the way the 5200 looks. So now let's take a look at the next console. All right, here's our Odyssey 2 console. And just like the Ataris, you've got this open area here for the cartridge. So we've got our cartridge port dust cover right here. Just like the others, you could tell the consistency. It's very well printed. The bottom, like the 5200, has these rubber legs, and the top is this hardened plastic. Now you'll note this is at an angle, and that's because of the way the cartridge actually goes into these consoles. So all we need to do is just slide this down into here, and we're done. It looks good. I like the color. It makes it look similar to this black here, which, I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be there. Take a look at it from the side so you guys can see what it looks like. It's simple, but effective. I think it looks good. Just like we were mentioning on the Atari, if you want some type of a special logo or something on here, ask them what they can do, and maybe they could put something together for you to make it look like you want it to look. And I think that's one of the keys here, is not only is the work very well done, but the fact that they can be flexible enough to really customize it and make it to what you want it to be goes a long way. Whether it's a different color, a certain logo, whatever, talk to them, see what they can do for you. But I think it looks really good on this Odyssey 2. Now we're going to install our voice module and see what it looks like in it. All right, so here we've got the top of our voice module. Same thing, we're just going to slide this down into the top. And there it is. So again, this is going to keep out any dust or anything from the inside of the console. Now, if you have a voice module and you want this to match it, see if they can do a silver similar to the color here. I'm sure that they can print it off in a silver, so just ask them and see what they can do. And that way it would look like, again, that it's a factory mod. Even with the black, I think it looks fine. But if you wanted it to match this silver, let them know and see what they can do. But this is what it looks like. All right, everyone, you just seen us install and test out all of the 3D printed dust covers that we got from RetroTech3D. We started off with our 2600, the cartridge port, the switches, and the controller ports. Then we tried out our 5200 and then the Magnavox Odyssey 2, both in the console and the voice module. So if you're looking for a dust cover for a retro console, I highly recommend checking these guys out. I'll put a link in the description for their website and Etsy page. Reach out to them and see what all they've got and see if they can help you on your next project. If there's something that's not listed that you're looking at, I recommend just sending them a message and seeing if it's something that you guys maybe could collaborate on and come up with a solution to whatever kind of project you're working on. Now, one thing I will say, and I really want to compliment these guys on, is just the quality of the 3D printing. I've gotten so many different 3D printed products over the years from different companies, and the quality that these guys have is top notch. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen. I mean, this has got almost a perfectly smooth surface. Everything's well done. Everything's cleaned up really well on the edges. And most importantly, it fits and works like it's supposed to. So that's the main thing. But not only the functionality of it, the print quality is great. And all these pieces have that same quality. So consistency is the key here. So again, if you're looking for something for your retro console, check these guys out and see if they can help you out. RetroTech3D. What's up, everyone? You've seen us test out some dust protectors from RetroTech3D. We tested them out on multiple different consoles and they all work great. The print quality is very good. There's a lot of consistency going on between the different products as far as the quality goes. And I would recommend these if you're looking for an easy way to protect your console from dust. They also sell different items as far as display options for consoles, cartridges, and different things. So definitely hit them up on their Etsy page and see what they're all about. Also, there's some options that they can do as far as the dust protectors and other items. If you're wanting a certain logo or something on there, they can work with you to do that. They can also print in different colors. Thanks for tuning in to the episode. We really appreciate you guys. And until next time, keep gaming.